recording right now. Hello everyone, welcome to the penultimate event for the Marble League, for the Rolling Legends Invitational, Season 1, that is the Collision. I'm Mark, and as always, I am your commentator here. So, for the penultimate time in this season, the standings here we are going to show, that is the Swifty Swans leading by 7 points ahead of the Luna Outriders that jumped all the way up to second, and also the Coastal Crushers now in third. We have only 10 teams that can still win the championship, and some teams already eliminated here. That is the case from the bottom four, that they can no longer place into the podium here, so they can no longer auto qualify. And of course, in this event, the Collision, it is a classic one, I think, at this point. So in this case here, for the test run, the Pistachio Prestige got the win ahead of over the Fabled Flyers. But we are going to have 4 groups of 4 teams sorted by their respective placements in the standings. So let's start with the Group A, where we have the Swifty Swans, Pollen Protectors, Jazz Juggernauts, and Vermilion Velvets. Swifty Swans and Pollen Protectors starting right now. Who is going to get the win in this round? That is important here, because the Swifty Swans are going to win 3-1 only for the Pollen Protectors. A disastrous start for the Pollen Protectors here in this event. Swifty Swans, a win for them is very much needed. If I think they can still clinch the championship if they get a gold medal, and the other few contenders do bad in this event. So let's see. Jazz Juggernauts and Vermilion Velvets here. The Jazz Juggernauts have a beautiful formation here, and that caused them to not lose any marbles. But the Vermilion Velvets instead lose 3 of them, so 5-2. Now the match number 3, Swifty Swans and Jazz Juggernauts right now. Who is going to win? Oh, I think that is close, but I feel like that is the Swifty Swans win, and yes indeed, 5/4 of the Jazz Juggernauts. A very close match actually for both of the winners here for their first respective rounds. Now the losers for their respective round, the Pollen Protectors and the Vermilion Velvets. Vermilion Velvets not looking good in this standing, so they need to do something if they still want to not finish last in these standings for this season. So, and that is not a great sign for them. 5/4. Pollen Protectors a better formation here that caused them to get a 5 here to not lose any marbles. Instead of Vermilion Velvets lose 1. Now the Swifty Swans and Vermilion Velvets now. So basically every team are going to battle with each other, and every team also in their group. So we don't need to worry about it. And I think that a Vermilion Velvet's marble go to one of the hexagons of the Gravitech, so that is not going to count. So 4/3 of the Vermilion Velvets, not good for the Vermilion Velvets. I think the Vermilion Velvets are also already done here in this group. Not great for them. And now the final match to decide who is going to advance here. I think both of these two teams are not are going to be the ones that is going to battle for the second place, because the Swifty Swans are already guaranteed. And the Pollen Protectors and also the Jazz Juggernauts didn't lose any of their members here, so it is a draw here. So in the group here, the Swifty Swans in second, they are actually not going to advance. That is going to be actually the Swifty Swans advance, and the Jazz Juggernauts are going to advance here instead of the Pollen Protectors, that unfortunately are going to lose by the points by the points difference here. Now the group number 2, Luna Outriders and Qualifiers Coalition are going right now for the first match, and that is a big win here for the Qualifiers Coalition. Didn't lose any of their members, but the Luna Outriders lose 3 of them. So the Luna Outriders not a good start for the current runners-up right now at the standings. Ivory Impact and the Wise Watchers are the other 2 teams in this group. Let's see what is going to happen with these 2 teams. One of them, the Ivory Impact, are in the middle of the pack. Wise Watchers in the bottom here of the standings, and that is a expected win for the Ivory Impact. 5/4 of the Wise Watchers. Wise Watchers not looking good here. Let's see now the match number 2 here. Luna Outriders is going right now with the Ivory Impact, and that is important because the Luna Outriders need to win this one to have a chance to advance here if they also win the next match here. And that is not going to be good for the Luna Outriders. They're going to lose another match. 3 of the Luna Outriders, Ivory Impact. Another win for them. I think that might guarantee that they are going to be the ones that are going to advance at this point. Wise Watchers and the Colorley Coalition right now. Who is going to advance between these two? I feel like the Colorley Coalition might have the edge here, but that is a tie. Oh, actually not. That is a win here for the Colorley Coalition. 5 over 4 of the Wise Watchers. Not good for the Wise Watchers here. They are in the same situation that the Vermillions were in the last group, so they are going to be probably eliminated here at this point. Lunar Traders and Wise Watchers here to the match number 5, and that is a win for the Lunar Traders, finally waking up here. But at this point, I don't think it's going to be good enough for them to advance. But let's see, maybe if the next one, if the Colony Coalition win over the Ivory Impact, we might see this, but I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen. Both have 2 wins here, so I think both of them are still going to be advancing anyway, and that is actually a draw, so both of them are going to receive a 1 point because of it. Of course, I forgot to mention, but 3 points you are going to receive if you win. You're going to receive just 1 if you tie with the other team, and if you lose the match, you're going to receive 0. So Ivory Impact and the Condolio Coalition are going to advance to the quarterfinals. Coastal Crushers, Shimmering Sunburst, Sea Dragons, and the Cetacean Choir are the 4 teams for the Group C. Let's see who's going to advance. Coastal Crushers and the Shimmering Sunbursts, 2 teams in the top half of the order. In the Coastal Crushers, more closely to these leaders here. Let's see what is going to happen. And that is a draw here. That is a draw. That is a draw between the Coastal Crushers and the Shimmering Sunbursts. Both of them are going to start with the 1 point. That could be okay-ish for those 2 teams. So let's see. Sea Dragons and Cetacean Choir right now. Let's see what is going to happen. And both of them lost 2 of their members, so that is going to be another draw. This group started with 2 draws already, so this group might be the closest one that we see so far. 3 over 3 of the Sea Dragons. That is a draw for them. So Coastal Crushers and Sea Dragons here. Both, of course, all the teams have already 1 point guaranteed here. So let's see what's going to happen. Oh, Sea Dragons lost 2 of their members, and Coastal Crushers only losing 1 of them. Yes, indeed. There's going to be a 4 over 3 for the Sea Dragons. Coastal Crushers are going to win this match. That is going to be important for them because they already have a draw, but they are now have a win. So 4 points for them. This could be good for them. Let's see what the Shimmering Sunburst and Cetacean Choir are going to do. And the last Cetacean Choir dropped just barely in the bottom here. So it's going to be another draw, 3 over 3. So far, out of 4 matches, we have only 1 that was not a draw. Coastal Crushers and Cetacean Choir are going right now. What is going to happen between these 2 teams? One have one win, and the other have just 2 draws. And that is going to be a win here for the Cetacean Choir. Big win for them as well. They need that. And the Coastal Crushers, this could be important for them as well. If the Shimmering Sunbursts get the win in the next round and Sea Dragons lost, this could be important for the Coastal Crushers. The Coastal Crushers might be eliminated if the Sea Swans win this round. Or even the Sea Dragons. Let's see what's going to happen. And it's going to be a tie. Many of the teams lose any of their members, so they're going to be a 5 out of 5. I feel like it might be obviously Cetacean Choir are here, and yes, the Coastal Crushers just barely are going to advance by 1 point only. Because of the Shimmering Sunbursts tying all their 3 matches, they are going to not advance. Unfortunately for the Shimmering Sunbursts. Now the group D, sorry. That is the last one before we go to the quarterfinals. Glowstones and Starship Speedsters going right now to the first match. 2 teams, one of them are at the top of the order. The other one were in the top of the order. That is the Starship Speedsters. They just got a gold in the last event, so they are now in the top 5. And that is a win here for the Starship Speedsters. A pretty good start for them. They need that. They are still one of the teams that really have a good chance here to win the championship, but they need to climb more. Now the Prismatic Primroses and Glaciators, who is going to win this match? And that is a big win here for the Prismatic Primroses. 5 over 3 of the Glaciators. Pretty good win for the Prismatic Primroses. They team very down in the order. Glaciators not very far of the ahead of the prismatic primroses, I think, if I remember correctly. Now glowstones and prismatic primroses. Who is going to win this one? Oh, and that is not a tie. That is going to be another win for the primroses. Primroses looking in form for this event. Pretty good here for them. Another win here might secure that they are going to advance. The glowstone's not looking good. Two lost matches already here for them. They might need to win the next one and have some lucky with this match here. Glaciators and Starship Speedsters. Who is going to win? And that is a destroyed formation here for the Starship Speedsters. They just got absolutely dominated here by the Glaciators. 5/2 of the Starship Speedsters only. Now that is the match number 5. I have no idea who is currently in a good position. Might be the Prismatic Roses might be secured a position, but the others, they are really close here. So, all Glaciators are still going to win this one over the Glowstones. Glowstones are definitely not going to advance. That is not good for the team high in the order. But Glaciators are importantly are going to take another win here, 2 in a row for them. 3/2 of the Glowstones. Now Prismatic Roses and Starship Speedsters here. I feel like at this point the Starship Speedsters might need to win here to have a chance to tie, or it's going to be between the Starship Speedsters and the Glaciators. But actually at this point, Glaciators are going to advance over the Starship Speedsters. 3/3 for this match. That is a tie for the Starship Speedsters and the Prismatic Roses. So unfortunately, the Starship Speedsters, the winners of the last event, are not going to advance. Glowstones, 0 points for them. That is a pretty bad result for them. And from 9th to 16th, we have the Pollen Protectors, Best of Arrest, and Vermilion Velvets in that last. That is not good for them as well. Now going to the quarterfinals, we have the first one, that is the Swifty Sons and the Ivory Impact here. Now the top 8 from this event already, top hat for all these teams that make it to the quarters. But that is going to be important here. I think that is a tie. 4/4 of the Ivory Impact. Swifty Sons and Ivory Impact going to a tie-break round here to decide who is going to advance. And that is important because the championship leaders are here battling with a team in the middle of the pack. Who is going to advance? And that is going to be the Ivory Impact. Swifty Swans are eliminated. They make it so easy to the quarterfinals, but to the quarterfinals, they are not going to move further than that. Only going to be at the maximum that they can receive is 11 points from this event. So I think we might lose some teams here from contenders to the championship. But anyway, going to the quarterfinal number 2, that is going to be a win here for the Colony Coalition. 4/3 for the Judgernauts. Judgernauts are gone here from this event, and they are going to be below this 51. So 51 guaranteed at least 9 points from this event. I don't know who is going to be alive from the championship here after this event, but Cetacean Choir Glaciator is going right now. That is another tie, and this time none of the teams lose any of their members. That was a very cold match, if I can say that. Not many moves here made it, but in this one we have a lot of contact, and Cetacean Choir just fizzle out through the top and the bottom side. The Cetacean Choir easily are going to move on to the semis. 5/2 for this Glaciators, dominating here this round. Cetacean Choir are gone here from this event. Now, one of the contenders for the championship, the bigger contender here, Coastal Crushers with the Prismatic Promoters. Coastal Crushers, the championship contender here, with the 61s eliminated. They are also going to be eliminated here from this event. Not going to cut the difference from the Ivory Impact, I feel like. And yes, they are not going to. They are going to finish below this 51. So 51 finishing 6th. Cetacean Choir Best of Arrest, and Judgernauts in 8th. Now we are going to the semifinals here. Who is going to advance between these two teams here? Starting with the first semifinal, of course, that is the Colony Coalition and the Ivory Impact. Both of these two teams can still win the championship. So, that is going to be an absolute crazy win here for the Colony Coalition. Not even close here. Ivory Impact are done from this event. They are still can battle it for the 3rd place in this event. But, geez, that was, I think, the best match here for the Colony Coalition. And obviously the worst match here for the Ivory Impact. second semifinal now, Glaciators and Prismatic Roses, who will match the Caudalie Collision in the finale here for the collision, and that is the Glaciators win, upsetting here one of perhaps the favorite teams here also to win this event. That is the Prismatic Roses. So Glaciators win this match 5 out of 4 over 4 of the Prismatic Roses. Now the third place match here, Prismatic Roses, despite not making to the final, they want to win this this bronze here to get their third medal of the season, and they did. 4 over 3 of the Iron Impact. Iron Impact disastrous last 2 rounds for them that caused them to only finish 4th for this event. Still a pretty decent result for them, but now it is the big final. Who is going to win this event? If the Caudalie Collision win this one, they could maybe close to the top 3 here. And oh, we are going to start just barely with a tie. The Glaciers, I thought they would lose their marble in the top side, but 3 over 3 of the Caudalie Collision, that is a tie. And we are going to the tie break, I think for their third time in this event already, but let's see who is going to win the gold, and that is the Caudalie Collision. Caudalie Collision, a favorite to win this event after dominating the groups, getting over to the final. They are going to win this gold. A good effort for the Glaciators to get to the final as well, getting their second silver of the season. But Caudalie Collision, that was this event. That was their event here. Collision is the event for the Caudalie Collision. They win their second gold of the season. And the Prismatic Roses, of course, closing the podium. Good results for them. For all the top 3 here. The other teams, contenders here, not looking that great here in this event. So, but anyway, that is the podium here, everyone. And now we are going to see who will be alive coming to the finale of the season. Who still can be the champions. Only the top 3 can win the championship. Caudalie Collision, despite a gold medal, they can no longer win still. They can still place into the podium, but anyway, the top 5 can get to the podium, and all the other teams from down to the Glowstones, down to the Vermilion Velvets, anyone can place into the top 3. That is a crazy result here. We have only 3 Titans battling here, but thank you guys for joining me, and you guys are going to see me back to the B-League Marathon qualifying. Goodbye.